You know everything about macros, calories, and eating clean, but you still feel stuck. This is not a willpower problem. This is a relationship with food problem. Coach Maria here from BeFabBeYou.com. I see this all the time, especially with my high achievers and my perfectionists. You know, you track your food for months, years. You train hard. You want results. Of course you do. You deserve these results. But the moment you can control every bite, anxiety kicks in. And you start asking, what if I gain weight? Oh my God, I'm not going to be in my comfort zone. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to do this and that and that. What if I gain weight? And how am I going to know that I'm eating, the right amount of foods? You tell yourself you want freedom from all this. Oh my God. But the moment you try to eat intuitively, you feel lost. And your brain is kind of wired for those numbers, for tracking. And you stop kind of trusting your knowledge, your body. And if you overeat, God, oh my God, doesn't the cycle of guilt kicks in and messes you up even more? Does that sound familiar? Look, most people overeat for, multiple reasons. But one of them is not that because they don't have discipline. It's because oftentimes they're operating from a space of scarcity. And that is scarcity sometimes is coming back from all our childhood, God knows, and whatever naysayers, whatever old sayers, whatever people are telling, whatever we heard. And that is scarcity says, well, you know what? I don't know when next time I'm going to be in this trip, or next time I'm going to be able to afford this, or, who is paying for the bill, whatever the heck is it, right? So we kind of tend to overeat, but actually thinking on those fears and a scarcity mindset that I don't know when I'm going to have it next time. So we stop, being intentional or mindful, and we get distracted with these thoughts. And that can lead us to the wrong path. So can we reframe that? Yes, of course we can reframe that. We can say, I'm going to have a wonderful meal. I'm going to enjoy what I'm eating. And when I'm full, right? Be at peace. Then another reason that I see that people overeat is because they're not being mindful. They're not present. Look, we're all busy, right? But eating and actually digestion, it starts in the brain right here. The moment we look at the food, the moment we smell the food, we start triggering hormones to tell, yippee, food is coming. And when we're not mindful of what we're doing, the moment that we're doing, the moment that we're eating, well, that is easy for us to overeat. Well, I mean with that, you know what? When we chew our food with intention, when we're not distracted, by the computer, by the phone, by stress, or by the TV, or whatever the heck is it, we're actually going to be paying attention more to our body. And we're giving ourselves the chance to actually digest that food. And when we're full, the body's going to tell us. When we're too busy doing too many things at the same time, we're not paying attention, and we can eat very quickly, and we can overeat easily. So can we reframe that? Yes. Can we promise ourselves, you know what, for the next several meals, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to chew my food, and I'm going to be present, and I'm just going to pay attention to my body. And, if you are with friends, enjoy their company. Enjoy the conversation. And then you don't have to worry about it, because your body is going to tell you when has enough, right? So this, I'm inclined to do this, having this conversation with you today, because this is a scenario that happened with a client of mine. And she's 20 years old, and she's an athlete in school, and she's a very driven young lady, works out hard, lifts weight, plays volleyball, amazing, all great things. Yet, she's going to be out of the country, and she's going to be traveling, and she's been tracking her food for a long time. And then she's like, Maria, what do you recommend I eat? And I says, well, you have all the information. You know the foods that do you well. You know the macros. You know what to do. Trust yourself on that process. And she's like, oh, yeah, you're right. I can do that. And I says, often, we can overeat when we're not present. And we start this conversation about being present, mindful, and she's like, I don't pay attention to when I'm eating very much. And I says, that's an opportunity because she tends to overeat. But notice that she hasn't noticed, she's not present enough to identify the triggers or the environment she's in. So we all have this opportunity to do better. And being present is essential. First of all, we are going to digest foods better that way. One of the reasons that she came to work with me is because as an athlete, she wants to perform at her best. Yet, she has been having significant digestive issues for quite some time. It is also part of her family, with IBS and other, issues in the gut. And she's like, I can't do this stuff anymore. When I go out, I get bloated, and then sometimes I have diarrhea, and then impacts her performance at the gym, which she doesn't like. When she eats out, she's very picky, she's very selective what she eats, and yada, yada, yada. So we kind of work on a stool test for her. We're working on a protocol over here with, to kind of enhance her good bacteria, which is causing some of these problems, and several other things. The reality is, this young lady knows what to do, but she has a fear of gaining weight because she has a poor relationship with food. She is fixated on the food. And I know she's young, but I also know that this happens with a lot of my clients in their 30s and their 40s and even 50s. We all have some kind of baggage, I feel like it, with food. I know I had a very poor relationship with food, always attached to the calories, what to eat, and then we go through cycles depending on our age. Is it fat-free? Is too much sugar, or which is always a good thing to be aware of, right? Or, we're not eating enough protein or eating too much protein. The data is vast out there, but we all go through cycles of information. The reality is the body's sending us signals, and I applaud this young girl to take action now, when she's young. And she's also wants to get rid of her birth control, which she started taking for acne. Well, where does the acne often comes from? Digestive issues, hormonal imbalances. Then you ask, where the hormonal imbalances? So young, right? Yada, yada. Well, could be causing from blood sugar dysregulation. Could be coming from bacteria, overgrowth in the gut, which create, the issues with the hormones and so on. So it's not one answer. There's multiple ways to address, but the data about your body, and in this case for her body, is giving us several ideas, insights to what her body needs to succeed. And that is I, at BeFabBeYou, help my clients with, to get to the root cause of the imbalances. And oftentimes what we do is we use a data-driven approach, especially with somebody who has been trying multiple things for a prolonged period of time. Trying another thing, another diet over here. Well, try this, try that. You know what? That is exhausting sometimes. So how about we do some testing? So the testing that can help with this kind of stuff, right, are a stool test to look into digestion, look into, how your body is producing pancreatic enzymes, if your body has stomach acid issues to digest, if your body has an inflammation, bacterial overgrowth, parasites, candida, if your good bacteria that is protective, is abundant in your body. So there's tons of things that we can see in a food sensitivity test, the stool test. Then there is food sensitivity test that is going to identify foods that you might be thinking that have been eaten for a long time that are healthy for you, and they are healthy for most of us, but maybe it's creating an inflammatory trigger for you. So, okay, what do we do about it? Well, maybe we kind of swap those things for a period of time. See how the body reacts. We got to remove what the triggers are. And then there is hormonal imbalances, right? Especially for a woman in 35 and plus, and men as well. What's happening over here? Women start getting to perimenopause at young age these days and start going kind of crazy. They're not going crazy. It's hormonal dysfunction. Then we got to identify where this hormonal dysfunctions are coming from. We got to see metabolites in the body and so on. There's a lot of technicalities, behind this stuff. But I don't want to bore you with this technicality. I just want you to give you insights that there is many other ways for us to identify imbalances. Why maybe you're not feeling your best. Why from, feeling bloated, from having acid reflux, from, not performing well, not building muscle, from having brain fog. God, I can speak this for hours and hours, as you can tell. But my point is, if you're not feeling your best, you deserve to feel your best. If you believe that you have food relationship or relationship with food problem, among other things that are in your mind that you maybe don't want to talk to anybody else, but you want to address, the sooner the better. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's sign up for a discovery call. It's no cost. What is important is take the step, to do something that you haven't done before, which is to take care of your health. And speaking with somebody like Maria Horstman over here might be one great step. If nothing else, you're gonna get great insights about your body through a conversation, and you're gonna have a little path. And if it works for us to work together, great. And if it doesn't, then you find your path. But I'm here as part of a solution for many, so I'd love to be part of a solution for you. So again, this is Maria Horstman, your functional diagnostic nutritional practitioner at BeFabBeYou, and have a wonderful day.